you are the only one which can have all of your value, right? One man. A single person also can create a powerful network effect and also can create things of value. So maybe it's more interesting to invest in people directly, not in a project, because project can fail, but this man has like 70 years to go and he's gonna do one project, second one, next one, and next one. Just set the price in a personal token, in a fixed price, and market's gonna find the price for your service. I've tokenized myself. And it was a risky move, it was a bold move, it was also crazy. How can we tokenize people? So, almost 2 years ago, I came up with this conclusion that having a token is easier and easier every day. Issuing a token today takes you like 2 minutes on your phone. You can issue a blockchain-based token, which is unique, which is impossible to counterfeit, which supply is limited, and it's yours from the day one. And it can be traded on the exchange right away. And if it takes just 1 minute and it costs like, I don't know, $2, $3, $5 to do it, if it's so easy, we're gonna see the world of blockchain full of tokens. There's gonna be millions and billions of tokens because having a token, issuing a token, is after doing a transaction is gonna be the most simple thing, the most simple feature of the blockchain. It is right now, I think. And when I come to this conclusion, I asked myself, okay, so if we're gonna have like billions of tokens of many kinds, which of those tokens gonna have some value? Of course, Bitcoin's gonna be worth millions someday, right? For sure. But how come those billions of tokens, how come any of them can have some value? Can have a price? I've issued, I think, more than 100 tokens right now. And I've been an advisor in a few projects and ICOs. I've done ICOs myself. I'm doing projects which have tokens right now. And I'm so excited because I'm always discovering new features of tokens. And you know, when you have your own token, your private token or a token of your project, you realize that token isn't that what you thought it is. And the question is, what is token? We tend to diversify tokens into securities and utilities, right? This is like the most common distinguish. And I think that most startups that do ICO, they discover what tokens really are when they get to the exchange. Because then the magic happens. Then people who participated in the ICO start asking questions. How is the project doing? Who is the founder? Like, how is that nothing going on in your GitHub repository? And suddenly, all of those people that have your tokens, they become the part of your community. They comment, they share, they like your post, or they hate. They are the part, they have a share in something much bigger, something different than your company. They didn't buy a share in your company, which is established in some Seychelles Islands or wherever. They've bought some kind of share, but what is it they share with you? They share a network effect. Every one of those people which hold your token, they are the part of the community, and they all are a contributor. Some of them, they are more incentivized to build at technical level. There are developers. Some of them are community managers. Some of them are evangelists. Some of them are doing marketing. But some of them providing liquidity to the exchange by trading. Some of them simply by hodling, right? They are contributing to a project. Every project wants to have hodlers, right? And even those whose tokens were stolen, even these guys contributed in a weird way, but they contributed to the project because the stealer might do a huge dump on the exchange. This is also the commitment, right? This is also the contribution to the project. And suddenly, when you have a token, your thoughts start to circulate around this token, because token is the idea. Token is the common context. Token is an incentive. Token is a network effect tool. This is how we have to look at tokens. This is the first tool in the internet. We have to create, moderate, target, change, steer the network effect. And this network effect has value. We don't know the creator of token, of Bitcoin, but we know it has a huge network effect, and that's why Bitcoin has some value. And so for us, it's easy to think that a group of people can come together, come up with some crazy new fascinating idea of changing the world. They do the ICO, and the token of theirs ICO can have some value. This is easy for us to understand. This is similar to the mechanics we used in the traditional economy, like shares and stuff. But it's hard for most of us to come to this conclusion that the tokens we buy in ICOs are simply a share in the team, in the people behind the project. Because without those people in the project, the token's going to be worthless. So why not the one man cannot issue a token? One man. A single person also can create a powerful network effect and also can create things of value. So that's why I came with the idea of personal tokens. What is a personal tokens? And I have three characteristics of personal tokens. First of all, the whole supply lands in one hands. Because if you tokenize yourself, you are the only one which can have all of your value, right? You're the only one that deserves 100% of your value. The first, and of course the distribution, how to distribute it, who has to have it, who can have it, who will earn, how people can earn your token, how to give it a value is also it's a topic of the different presentation. But the first thing is that you have a total supply. How you generate a value, how high you're gonna sell it, it's your business, it's your responsibility. The second thing is that it's your name token. The token with your name on it. Why? Because I don't want to have like another meme token that I don't know which one is responsible to build value of. I don't want to have another project token. If I want to invest in a personal token, I want to know right away that this token belongs to this guy, and this guy is responsible for creating a value of this token. So it's an identity token. Can you imagine like sending one of your token to Binance and you are right away identified? That would be an interesting use case, right? And the last thing is that this token is the token of a person, not a token of a project. Personal token is not associated with the project itself, but rather with the guy who's doing this project. Why this distinguish is important? Because 90-something% of ICOs of startups fails, right? 98% of ICOs failed already. But the people which were doing this ICO, think of it. The people in those ICO, they've raised money. They've new people. They get some new skills. They get some new equipment, computers, some infrastructure they needed. They've earned some knowledge. They've earned some influence. They are more recognizable. And suddenly, the project fails. And whole value dumps. But the value that was created in a project is still there. It's in those guys' hands, in those people's hands. They are more valuable than before this project. So maybe it's more interesting to invest in people directly, not in a project, because project can fail, but this man has like 70 years to go, and he's gonna do one project, second one, next one, and next one, and one day, one of those projects might succeed, because you are investing in a man, in human being, which can have a lot of chances. This is much more safer investment than some ICO of the projects, right? Okay, let's go next. I'm gonna show you 3 main mechanisms of the personal economy. This is like only 3 of them. I'm working on this concept for like 2 years now, and I would like to tell you like 4 hours about that. But I'm gonna tell you just 3 interesting stuff. The next stuff I won't tell you because I hope that I'm gonna earn millions and billions of dollars on those topics. But first of them is the price discovery mechanisms. And this is the question is, how come the personal token has some value, has some price? And in the world of million tokens, how this one can have some value? And the only reasonable explanation, the only reasonable response for this question is that the only limited and the most scarce asset we have as human beings is attention. If you don't believe me, ask Mark Zuckerberg or Larry Page. See what Google did. Like, this is the most powerful company in the world, and what they did a simple website that shows you like 10 links you are looking for. They aggregate the content for you so they can grab your attention and earn billions of dollars on your attention. They know that Netflix said lately that their main competition is sleep. That's why they shorted the breaks between movies to 5 seconds, not 15. So you won't sleep before the next episode of your show. So attention is the most scarce resource. And if we can price attention in tokens, we can create a whole new economy. So specialists, sportsmen, influencers, known people like celebrities, right? We can easily imagine the world when they are tokenized. Politicians, that's the interesting use case. So if they price their hour of their life in token, they have a limited time of their life, right? They cannot read 2 books at the same time. They cannot talk with 2 people at the same time with different businesses. If they priced 1 hour in a fixed price, for example, 1,000 tokens, how much this hour is going to be worth in dollars? Who's going to decide? The market is going to decide how much they are worth. They set a fixed price, and the markets decide how much this hour is really worth. And you know why it's fascinating? Because finding a price today is very difficult for your services. You wonder, like, maybe I should raise my prices so I'll earn more, but you think that, oh, I might lose many customers, right? You're trying to guess what's the price for your services, what the price is for your work hour. You do not have to do it anymore. Just set the price in the personal token, in a fixed price, and market's gonna find the price for your service. Stop worrying about your price. Personal token solves those problems. But we can also do graphs, right? We can compare some famous soccer players and find out which of them is more valuable. It's scary if they have some contusion on the soccer field, right? The value plummets, but it's an occasion for the market to buy some cheap tokens. The market works. And we can, today, soccer players are priced only by estimates, only by contract they sign. There is no like real pricing mechanism. Some people decide how much they are worth, not market directly. And with the personal tokens, we can price things that were never priced before. And we can do things that were never liquid again. We can liquefy assets that were never tradable. For example, our attention. I hope that this picture gonna amuse you, but this picture is a continuation of my talk, because token is also a credit line. And this is one of the most fascinating use cases for tokens. You know that I can pay for services, I can pay for real stuff with my token. I've issued 21 millions of Bentyn coin. And there are places in Poland that I can buy pizza, beer with my token. I paid for my website, for graphics, logos, printing stuff. Like, I pay for real services, I pay with my token. How is that? I've issued 21 million units and I'm paying people. I'm fucking millionaire right now. If the other part of transaction trusts me, right? If they trust that this credit I'm paying them is gonna be redeemed. And what's interesting, because this slide is the reason why I want to tell you the story of real history of money. You know the story where the barter begins, and after barter we have some shells and stuff. After shells we have coins, bills, credit cards. Now we have bitcoins, right? This is like the school talk, the barter. And they tell us that you took a half of a pig in exchange for like 4 shoes because you had to like, it's gonna be equal. That's bullshit, basically. Because it doesn't work like that. It didn't work like that in the small communities. I've discovered it when I went to my parents-in-law. They live in a small village in the north of Poland. And I needed to change my tires for the winter ones in my car. And my father-in-law took me to his neighbor, and this neighbor changed my tires. And I grabbed the wallet and I said, okay, how much do I pay you? And he said like, oh, you will owe me one. So I paid him for a real service with a credit, basically. So that's how the barter works. The barter worked in a small communities based on that. You know the Dunbar number, right? 150 members of the tribe trust each other, they know each other, and when the tribe exceeds this limit of 150, the conflicts begin, and new people that we don't know, we don't trust comes to the tribe, and some battles begin, and the tribe can dissolve. And this is a very interesting topic, the Dunbar number. But the Dunbar number, which is 150 members of the tribe, also tell us that this tribe was like 70, 80, 100, 150 people. It's like, I don't know, 5, 10 families. And people know each other. And when I kill a pig, I don't have a refrigerator, right? I can't keep it for myself. I have to take this pig and give someone to my grandmother, to my colleagues, to some neighbors, right? So I take some of the ham and I go to the guys who make shoes and I will tell them like, here, some ham, but you're gonna make me shoes in the winter when you stop doing baskets right now, right? You will have a debt. I'm paying you now, but you have a debt you have to repay. And that's how the barter works. We, in those small communities, everyone had a debt. Everyone owed something to someone. But when we exceeded a Dunbar number, it was much harder to keep track of all the debt in a community we had. So the shaman, sitting on a beach, he found a blue shell which shined in a blue way. And he collected like a few of them, like a dozen, like 10. And he went to the village and went to the guy who makes shoes and he said like, okay, so I will give you 5 of those shells, and for 5 of them, you can buy from me a demon casting. And he said, okay, I'm gonna need a demon casting probably in the future. So I will take those shells and I will give him a shoe. And that's how the first ever personal token was created. Money started as personal tokens. Next one was the big guy from the village, you know, he was the strongest one, and he said like, okay, I'm gonna take a fee from you. That's called tax right now, because you need to you feel safely, right? So you're gonna pay me, and I wanna be sure that you're paying in the right token, so I'm gonna put a face on this token, my face, and this is my personal token. And whole economy is circulating around those tokens. Why? Because of the technical limitations. Not everyone could issue a coin, right? So we used the tokens, personal tokens of some guy who was the strongest one. But today, with the blockchain, every one of us can have a coin with a face on it. And we can build a value around those tokens. And we can pay with credit. Because money is always debt. Money is always debt based on trust. Today, money is our debt, our whole country debt, right? But why I should have to be responsible for the debt of other people? I want to create my own value of my token. So how this economy can work? So we can build a network of trust. I have my own token, which is called Bentyn coin, and I accept my token. But I can also accept token of other people for my services. Some of my friends, they can accept tokens of other friends, some partners, business partners, some other people, they accept tokens. And that's how we build a network. But when the nodes create channels of trust, they establish connections based simply on trust in their ability to pay off the debt. So that's how we create a network of trust. And if AKA want to pay for sex with his own token, but sex do not accept the AKA token, we can simply map this whole network and establish the shortest way of exchanging tokens. And in the era of blockchain, it might take a nanosecond to do it. And to be honest, we are doing it every day. If you're a trader, you're exchanging tokens, right? Every day. So we can find the best and the shortest route to exchange this value. And suddenly, everyone in this network, everyone's token in this network has some value, because we can easily exchange those tokens, and it doesn't matter with which token you pay. Unless it has some value in this network, you can pay whoever, accept any token.
Szczepan,
so it's going to be great to establish.
Yeah.
So that's the final. So that's the final slide. So it's going to be great to live in an economy where we establish new financial system on trust. So if you want to grab some Bentyn coins, just grab me after my presentation. Find me on Facebook, Twitter, and let's live in a great new economy. Thank you very much.